What's that? You want to know how I get such luxurious hair? Well, with just this 27-step hair care routine. All right. No one wants to hear another hair care routine. I'm sure there's plenty of those floating around on the internet. But I'll give you the play-by-play to draw some deliciously shiny hair. A lot of people start off with trying to draw all the little strands of hair and end up with a mess of straw like this. That would be the wrong approach. With everything in drawing, you should start with the overall shape first. Here, I've elected a bun hairstyle with some bangs. Once you have the silhouette, you can move on to breaking down the hair into sections. With these lines, make them thin, and it's okay for them to break. The lines all stem from a single point that's right here. The point will vary depending on the hairstyle, but it will be where the hair parts or is gathered together, like it is in the bun here. Once your segments are done, you can add a few little hair strands around. Now that my line art is done, I'm going to lay down a mid-tone base color. The easiest way to put down your base is by using the magic wand tool to select the area on a new layer below the line art. When your lines aren't fully closed though, the selection will spill out. So first I'll use the drawing selection tool to outline the border of where I want my color. Then I'll use the magic wand to fill in the rest of the selection and switch back to the drawing selection tool to fill in anything that was missed. You could also use the lasso tool. Once selected, you can fill in the area with the basic pen brush, or any brush that has minimal texture. Deselect, then use your pen to fill in any missed bits. It can be annoying, but it's well worth it to make your art have better quality. Now, you can start on the shadows. For a shortcut, you can add a multiply layer and set it to be a clipping mask, or a clipping layer, depending on your program, so you cannot draw outside of it. Multiply layers will make whatever you put on the layer darker and a bit more translucent. I opted to pick my own shadow color by moving the color wheel slightly more red, slightly more saturated, and a little bit darker. Start by blocking in the major shadow shapes. I like to use the square watercolor brush on low opacity. Then you can make your brush smaller and add finer shadows. To deepen your shadows, make the color darker, more saturated, and more red or purple. If you want to have fun with it, you can also use saturated colors like a royal blue. The placement of the shadows will vary depending on where your light source is. Next, we'll add the highlights. Pick up your base color, and then shift the color wheel more yellow, lighter, and less saturated. I like to use them more sparingly than the shadows. If you place a highlight right next to a shadow, it'll make the highlight pop more. To give your bangs a transparent effect, you can pick up your skin color and gently airbrush them over the edges of the bangs. You can also turn your airbrush into an eraser and very lightly erase parts of the edges so that they look not so thick and dense. Or if you have an eyeball behind it like I do, or eyebrows, you can lightly erase those areas so that you can see the features that are underneath the hair a little bit more. For some more shine, I create an add layer above the base, as well as the shadow or multiply layer if you're using one. And go back over some of your highlights, using the same color as you were for the highlights. The add layer will make it a bright, shiny effect. That, my friends, is my hair care routine. I've got a few more styles here to give you some inspiration, as well as a hair type chart, so that you can experiment with some different hair textures. Feel free to screenshot them for reference. Until next time, keep practicing, and I'll see you later. Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button, And make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our uploads. If you got any questions or suggestions for future tutorials, just let me know. I'll be lurking in the comments.